And, you know, he begged me and pleaded with me to do something. You know, and I told him, yeah, you know, I started the process, you know, I've lost 100 and something pounds, and, you know, and he's like, that's good, but that's not enough. He goes, that's not enough. And that's when that's kind of when okay, I got to do something. So then, this very same day, my barber's like, hey, I got a buddy who just started this MMA, opened up this MMA gym. He'll give you a free week, come in, and so I started going there, and I started doing some strength and conditioning classes. And, you know, I dropped another 20, 30 pounds, and Biggest Loser was on that season, and I started watching The Biggest Loser, and it scrolled across there, they're coming to Portland. And my wife said immediately, that's you. That show is made for you. Yeah, right, okay, honey. You know, all right, yeah. So I was like, you know, let's take the kids to the in-laws. And so, all right, we'll take the kids to the in-laws, and, you know, we'll have a weekend, and, you know, we'll go. And they had said you can't line up more than 3 hours before. Yeah, right. So our plan. I waited for 7 hours last year. Well, this was the March. This was the one in March. Yeah, this is for season 10. Yeah. This is season 10 we went. So we show up a little before 8, and I am not joking you. If you went to that casting call, it was the largest one in the history of the show. Wow. They had over 3,500 people show up, lined outside of the convention center around, you know, I'm 500 pounds. I don't even want to get out of the car. I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't want to get out of the car. Perfect excuse. Perfect excuse, you know, too many people, let's not go. My wife insisted, no, this is you. You get out here, you go get in line, and I'll go park the car. So I get in line, she parks the car, and they always want you to try out with a partner, okay? My dad has fluctuated in his weight for probably the last 20 years. He's a very fit man. I mean, he always has been walking, he's always been active. So he was kind of on the borderline size-wise. But I knew if they seen me and my dad together, it's going to be hard to say no. So I called my dad up, and he's like, well, how big is the line? And I know it's pretty long. He goes, all right, you wait there a couple hours. And so I'm sitting in line, and my wife is very, she's kind of shy. You know, she doesn't like the spotlight. She doesn't like that. So she's, you know, everybody's, oh, you know, and she's borderline. You know, she's, you know, low 200s, and she doesn't want to be like, I'm too small to be on this. You know, so everybody's asking, you know, well, are you trying out with them? And I'm like, no, I got my secret weapon coming. My dad shows up about 2 hours into it, and immediately everybody understands, okay, he's a secret weapon. He walks up, and I think his first thing was, good Lord, there's a lot of beef around here. They had to shut down every buffet within 5 miles. You know? Everybody gets a big laugh and whatnot. We had 30 seconds to make that impression. We had 30 seconds to make our impression. And I just told them, hey, I have to lose a whole obese person. I got to lose my entire dad. And then I let him know, but I lost this to get here, and you know, I want to change my life. And my dad goes, you want me on your show. You want me on your show. You want me on your show. That's all he said. You know, so I guess what I'm getting at is we all have a path in life that's already predetermined. You know, we have to be willing and open to let that happen. You know, and so what I want to get out is I want to get America moving. That's what Arthur's doing. I'm getting America moving. I'm starting here today. You guys are my very first group that I've ever spoken to. You guys are kicking it off. Normally, most contestants, they bear down and they shut themselves off from everything and they focus on the at-home. And I'm gonna win it. I guarantee you, I'm gonna win it. I mean, it's just numbers. You know, I have enough weight to lose, but in the process, if I can get one person decide, you know what? If Arthur can do it, I can do it. You know, if Arthur can do it, I can do it. And you know what? We start one step at a time. Yeah. At one time, I was 650 pounds, you guys. 650 pounds. And I'll be honest, I wasn't a normal 650-pound man. I mean, I moved, I got up and down stairs, and I didn't do a whole lot. You know, and when you're that size, there's not a whole lot you can do. You know, there's some, you know, you can be a lot smaller. You got injuries, some things you can't do, you know. But don't use that as an excuse, because I know, you guys know Moses from this season, okay? He's like a brother to me. What many of you don't know is the first week Moses had a stretch fracture. It was an old injury that surfaced. The man could not move for over 2 weeks.
Wow.
Okay? And when I mean not move, he couldn't leave his bed. You've seen the numbers he put up.
Yeah.
You want to know what he did? He shadow boxed.
Yeah.
He shadow boxed from his bed.
Wow.
He just punched.
Punch. Oh yeah.
He just punched. And he punched. And he punched. So, what? Yeah. And you know, so you know, what I'm trying to get at is we have to start moving as a country. We have to start moving. You know, no matter what. It doesn't matter if it's just walking to your mailbox. That's more than you did yesterday.
Start.
And when I first started, I set little goals. When I was at my biggest, when I had my what they call the aha moment, I'm gonna share that with you guys. I don't know if I'm gonna share it again after this, but kind of test it out. This is my aha moment. I was 650 pounds. Bob and Jill, it was the start of the season. It started out the season, it was in January. They scolded America for being obese. And, you know, get off your butts. You know, stop eating popcorn and pizza and watching the show. So I went out and I spent $500 on a scale. You know, I went to Living Next, so I got the best scale they had. And I thought, okay, they had one that went up to 1,000, that was a little more money, and then they had one that went up to 750. No way I'm more than 750 pounds, I'm thinking. So I stick it on there, and I really honestly thought, okay, I'm probably like 500, you know, 510, 520. I step on the scale, I look down, make sure nobody else is looking, because I'm the only one in the bathroom, and I stuffed it right back in the closet. No more. February, not even a month later, I'm sitting up there, and it's, you know, children, maybe I shouldn't say that. Something swelled up on it, okay? Started out the size of a softball. In 2 days, they were the size of a basketball. I was so big, I couldn't even, we have a brand new Touareg, I couldn't even get in the Touareg. So my wife has to put the seats down, I have to lay in the back. Here my poor wife is having to wheel my big butt into the urgent care. That's when I'm diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. I'm diagnosed with high blood pressure, high blood pressure and diabetes. And so they put me on a water pill and put me on pills. And that's what doctors do. They put you on pills. Pills, 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 pills. Pills will make you better. So at that time, I'm laid up now. I can't move. I have to just sit there, keep them elevated, and the swelling will go down, and you know you'll pee it out. So at that time, I'm watching the TV, and there's a special on the Brookhaven clinic, and they have all these morbidly obese people. These people are 400, 450, 500, 600 pounds, and they're getting cut out of their houses, having to have special gurneys made, and you know, it was tragic. And I'm sitting up there thinking, I'm 100, 250 pounds bigger than some of these people, and it was daunting. You know, it was one of those moments where it's just so much easier to give up. It is. It's so much easier to give up. And then you start thinking, what am I living for? You know, what am I living for? And my son runs. My son runs up the stairs, and I knew right then that I had to do something. And I asked God. I said, please, Lord, put the path in front of me, and I'll do it. And it just seems like every time I'm taking that one step, I take that little extra step, something else opens up. You know, it was the barber shop. You know, then it was the casting call. You know, then it went from the casting call, you know, to the show. Actually, to be honest, I didn't get on the show the first time. I was a finalist for season 10, but I didn't make it. And, you know, that's something I want to talk to, you know, anybody who's out there trying. Don't let this process overwhelm you, because the show won't do it. All right? That's what, you know, people think, oh, you got on The Biggest Loser did this. No. Arthur did this. Arthur did this. this. I don't want to break anybody's. I don't want to give anybody any. I don't want to break anybody's dreams about Bob and Jill, but Arthur did this. They were there to support me, but I did this. Just like everybody else, you have to look inside you. Whatever it is, whenever you find your aha moment and you want to do it, the one person you have to look into is you. It starts with you. And now that I've gone through this process, I finally see the light at the end of the tunnel. I have less than 100 pounds to hit my goal, and I know I'm going to hit it. And in the process, if I can get one person to get moving, then I'll be a happy man. So
You should be. You did.
it was. Jill's, you know, Jill is, I love my Jill, you know. She saved me. You know, I'm sure you guys all have tons of questions. Let me guess. The first one, why did you eat all that chocolate? Why did you eat all that chocolate? I mean, I've never seen someone go from so likable to so hateable back to likable again, you know? And I'll answer all those questions when we're walking. If you guys want to know, you know, the intimate details about that, I'll definitely share it to you. So I will let you tell me what the best route is. Okay? And we will start walking. And afterwards, if you guys want to take some pictures and if you need anything signed like that, we can do that. All right?
All right.
Before we do that, I wanted to let you guys know real quick that we're hosting, Fats Fit's hosting. It's a nonprofit that we do in at All Pride at the moment. We're talking about expanding. So anybody that's interested can get in touch with me. I have some flyers. We're actually talking about expanding, so we have some evening classes I'd like to spread to different locations. So anybody that's interested needs some more guidance. Arthur can motivate, and I can help kick your butts.
And you set a time up, and I'll come, and I'll do a class with y'all.
So if you guys all can find me on Facebook, we have some flyers over here as well. Anybody that's interested can get that information, and we'll go to the next step.
All right, folks.